Hi, I'm John Twist, and I'm going to show you today how to spin the engine over on your MG. First of all, we'll start with the T-types right here. Okay, here we go. We're going to open up the bonnet on our T-type, and of course, to spin the engine over, first of all, you make sure that you're out of gear. That's always wise. And the wheels are either chalked or your handbrake is on. And if we come right over here with the camera, it's very obvious, but we take our starter switch and we can spin it over right like that. So very, very easy, just pulling on the switch. You can use this to set the valves or things like that. Now if we want to start this car without the key, again, make sure you're out of gear and the wheels are chalked. If we have an original fuse box, my cameraman's going to come down and take a look at the fuse box here. Very carefully. It's tight into here, Andrew.
Yes, sir.
Whoops! Dropped my fuse. We can take our fuse and place it between the clips that hold the fuses. So here's my extra fuse. Reach over. And there we go. Right now, if you have a later model fuse box or a 9-post control box, you can either use a jumper wire across these two, or if you just want to do it momentarily, you can always take your screwdriver and start it like that. Let's take a look at an MGA next. Now let's take a look at an MGA. This MGA is a 1962, and it's an MGA Deluxe, which means that the starter switch is on a little bit of a different angle than it is on the other MGAs. But again, with an original style of fuse box, we can pull the bottom fuse out, push that fuse one side to the other, and we should be able to start it right up. You just the fuse, okay? If you have the later style fuse box where you can't stick that in, of course, you can use the jumper wires across from one fuse to the other fuse, or if you just want to start it temporarily to make sure that everything's hunky-dory, you can just put a fuse box or put your screwdriver in there, start it up. The MGBs are almost as easy. Now this MGB doesn't have any carburetor, so we're not going to have any success starting it. But again, we have our fuse box. Now it's no longer possible to put a fuse between the two sides, so we can take a wire and jump between the two, and then simply press the starter button to get this to start up. So this is pretty straightforward. Now we're going to take a look at the 1970 through 76 MGBs. Of course, midgets are very much the same. We'll open the bonnet on this. This is a black tulip. And on 1970 through 1980, there's a relay. Here, it's a rectangular relay. On the later cars, it's a round relay about the size of a 35mm film can. On this relay is a white with brown wire. White with brown, which if you pull off and extend and touch to the bottom fuse, the car will spin over. You can use this for adjusting valves, putting on the fan belt, whatever you might choose. If you want to start this car without a key temporarily, all you need to do is connect the white side of the fuse box to the brown side of the fuse box, which is the bottom two fuses, and it starts right up. Again, this is the white with brown wire, which spins the engine over. Let's take a look at the later Model Bs next. And now we'll take a look at the 1977 through 1980 MGBs. Again, we have the starter relay. Remember I said it was the size of a 35mm film can up here, and the white with brown wire that comes off it operates the starter. We'll make sure that we're out of gear. I asked my cameraman, are we out of gear?
Yes.
And we touch this white with brown to a clip that holds the bottom fuse. Right? Now, you heard it try to start, but it won't stay started unless the coil is on. And to make sure that the coil is on, we have to jump right from the ignition coil down here to the bottom fuse here. We don't want to let it run for too long because it's running on full battery voltage. But it will. Now one of my wires must have fallen off here. Sometimes it's easier to take off the bottom purple fuse here. And I just heard my anti-run-on valve operate, so I'm going to disconnect the anti-run-on valve, which is why it's stalled. We can shut it off by disconnecting it, or, and this will be in a later video to show you how the anti-run-on system works. If we hook the anti-run-on system up and it's connected properly, that'll kill the car too. So I hope I've shown you here how you can spin the engine over so you can set your valves or put on a fan belt, whatever you might want to do. And I've shown you how you can use the fuse, a wire, a screwdriver to jump the hot circuit on the car and start it up so you can let it run temporarily. Always make sure it's in neutral. Safety fast. See you tomorrow.